morning, we're starting to get some responses from celebrities to a dramatic and really disturbing open letter penned by Woody Allen's daughter.
Yeah, her accusations of abuse at the hands of the filmmaker date back 2 decades. And now she's questioning why Hollywood has turned a blind eye. ABC's Michelle Franzen has more.
An explosive open letter written by Woody Allen's adopted daughter, Dylan Farrow, is reopening old wounds and allegations of abuse. In her own words, published in the New York Times, Dylan Farrow details claims she was sexually abused by her father in an attic when she was 7 years old. Dylan first spoke out publicly last November in an interview with Vanity Fair.
According to what Dylan told me, she truly is terrified of Woody Allen to this day. She can't bear to even look at one of his pictures in a magazine.
Claims the award-winning director has always strongly denied.
Certainly, I never, ever abused my daughter. There was no sexual abuse that ever took place.
The accusations were investigated by police and family courts, but Allen was never charged with a crime.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel here. It's me here, Comrade Lavender here, and today I'm back with another anti-capitalism, true crime, deep dive YouTube video topic. Today I want to do the topic of pure evil, the Harvey Weinstein and Woody Allen files, deep dive, everything wrong with capitalism, psychology, true crime, shady Hollywood figures, etc. So let's get started on this YouTube video topic. But before we get started, all my YouTube videos related to this topic right now are going to be on the screen. Other YouTube videos of other topics that I've made that are related to this topic are going to be on the screen right now. So when you're done with this one, if you want to check those videos out, they're going to be on the screen right now. So let's get started on this YouTube video topic.
I don't feel comfortable.
I won't do it again. Come on, sit here.
Tale of the tape, a secret recording of Harvey Weinstein and allegations of sex abuse, but why wasn't he charged? Good evening, I'm Christine Johnson.
And I'm Maurice Dubois. We begin with that war of words between the NYPD and the Manhattan DA over one of the biggest names in Hollywood.
It comes as 2 A-list stars join a growing list of women who accuse Weinstein of sexual harassment. CBS 2's Brian Coneybear here with a fallout and also response from the movie mogul's wife. Brian.
Yeah, Christine and Maurice, the sordid downfall of Harvey Weinstein is still unfolding. Tonight, his own wife, Georgina Chapman, told People magazine her husband's actions were unforgivable and that she is now leaving him as more allegations pour in from some of Hollywood's biggest stars. A-list actresses Angelina Jolie and Gwyneth Paltrow tell the New York Times they were sexually harassed by Harvey Weinstein early in their careers. Jolie saying she, quote, chose never to work with him again and warn others when they did. Paltrow says she told her then-boyfriend, Brad Pitt, who confronted Weinstein, but Paltrow kept working with him and didn't go public until now. I was expected to keep the secret, she said. The most damning allegations came in an article by the New Yorker magazine that quoted 3 women who said they were raped by Weinstein. His spokesperson saying, quote, any allegations of non-consensual sex are unequivocally denied by Mr. Weinstein. The magazine also released a 2015 undercover NYPD recording of Weinstein and Italian actress Ambra Batalan Gutierrez as he tried to get her into a hotel room at the Tribeca Grand.
I don't feel comfortable.
Don't have a thing with me on the phone.
Gutierrez went to police after she says Weinstein grabbed her chest.
Yesterday you touched my breast.
Oh, please, I'm sorry. Just come on. I'm used to that. Come on.
Are you used to that?
Yes, come in.
No, but I'm not used to that.
I won't do it again. Come on. Sit here. Sit here for a minute, please.
The NYPD says it referred the case to the Manhattan DA's office, but DA Cy Vance Jr. declined to press misdemeanor sex abuse charges, saying his office was not consulted before the undercover recording.
For decades, Dylan Farrow has alleged that her father, Woody Allen, sexually assaulted her in the attic of her mother's, Mia Farrow's, Connecticut home on August 4, 1992. For nearly 30 years after the initial accusations, footage of a 7-year-old Dylan recounting the assault the day after it allegedly took place has been released for the first time as part of HBO's new documentary series, Allen vs. Farrow, which premiered on February 21st. The Kirby, Dick, and Amy Ziering-directed series digs into one of the film industry's most infamous true crime cases. The 4-part docuseries is a comprehensive look at the relationship between Mia Farrow and Woody Allen and its dissolution that began in January of 1992 when Farrow discovered nude photographs of her then 21-year-old daughter, Soon-Yi Previn in Allen's apartment. Later that day, Mia Farrow and Allen's 7-year-old daughter, Dylan, accused Allen of sexual assault. Woody Allen has always denied these allegations, arguing that Dylan was brainwashed by Mia Farrow, who was scorned when she learned of his affair with her eldest daughter, Previn, and Solomon. Allen versus Farrow is guided by Dylan and Mia Farrow's first-hand accounts, as well as interviews with family, friends, officers, and agents familiar with the true crime events. This is the full timeline of the nearly 3-decade-long saga.
For the first time in more than 25 years, Woody Allen's wife, Soon-Yi Previn, breaking her silence about their relationship. It's made headlines for years. And tonight, new allegations against her adoptive mother, Mia Farrow. And tonight, many of Farrow's other children are defending their mother. Here's ABC's Ariel Reshef.
The story rocked a family and made tabloid headlines. Director Woody Allen caught in a relationship with the 21-year-old adopted daughter of his longtime partner, Mia Farrow. More than 25 years later, Soon-Yi Previn is breaking her silence in an explosive interview with New York Magazine, saying Farrow emotionally and physically abused her, including slapping her across the face and spanking her with a hairbrush and calling her stupid and moronic. But Previn adds, "I was never interested in writing a mommy dearest, getting even with Mia, none of that." She's also defending her husband of 20 years against allegations he molested Farrow's then 7-year-old daughter, Dylan. Allen was never charged and has always denied the allegations.
He's lying, and he's been lying for so long.
Previn telling the magazine what's happened to Woody is so upsetting, so unjust. Mia has taken advantage of the Me Too movement and paraded Dylan as a victim.
In 1977, Mia Farrow and her husband, André Previn, adopted Soon-Yi from South Korea, who was about 7 years old at the time. The couple divorced in 1979, and the same year, Farrow met Woody Allen at Enclair's at a Manhattan restaurant. They began what would become a 12-year-long relationship, during which they collaborated on 13 films, including The Purple Rose of Carew and Crimes and Misdemeanors. In 1985, after 6 years with Allen, Farrow adopted Dylan, an infant born in Texas. In HBO's documentary, Mia Farrow asserts that Woody Allen specifically asked for a little blonde girl during the adoption process. 2 years later, in 1987, Woody Allen and Farrow had a baby boy named Skachel, now known as Ronan. Over the years, his parentage has been called into question. In a 2013 Vanity Fair interview, Mia Farrow answered possibly when asked if Frank Sinatra was Ronan's father, as no DNA test had been done. In December of 1991, Woody Allen, 56 years old, adopted Dylan, as well as Moses Farrow, another one of Mia's sons, who was 13 at the time. Allen later testified that he began an affair with Farrow's daughter, Soon-Yi Previn, during this month too. On January 13, 1992, Mia Farrow discovered nude photographs of Soon-Yi in Allen's apartment, causing a major rift in the family. Although no longer in a relationship with Mia, Woody Allen was still granted permission to visit his adopted children following the outing of his relationship with Soon-Yi. It was during one of these visits to Mia Farrow's Connecticut home on August 4, 1992, that Dylan Farrow alleged that Woody Allen had sexually assaulted her. Mia Farrow was not at home at the time, and according to the HBO documentary, Dylan's babysitter, who would later testify in court during the custody hearing, could not locate Woody Allen or Dylan in or around the home for 20 minutes. On August 5, 1992, family friend Casey Pascal's babysitter, who was Farrow's home at the time alleged the assault, told Pascal that she witnessed what she deemed an inappropriate, intimate physical interaction between Woody Allen and Dylan in the living room. According to the documentary, Mia asked Dylan about what had occurred the previous day, and Dylan recounted her assault while Mia recorded her. The video footage of this is seen by the public for the first time in Allen vs. Farrow. On CBS This Morning in 2018, Dylan explained, "I was taken into a small attic crawl space in my mother's country house in Connecticut by my father. He instructed me to lay down on my stomach and play with my brother's toy train that was set up, and he sat behind me in the doorway, and as I played with the toy train, I was sexually assaulted. On August 13, 1992, Woody Allen sued Mia Farrow for custody of their 3 children, Moses, Dylan, and Ronan Farrow, in New York State Court. 4 days later, on August 17th, the Canadian State Police announced they've opened a full investigation regarding molestation allegations against Woody Allen. That same day, Woody Allen released a statement regarding his romantic relationship with Farrow's 21-year-old daughter, Soon-Yi Previn, which had until that point been kept a secret. It's real and happily all true. He gave a public press conference on the Plaza Hotel in New York, where he called the abuse allegations against him false and outrageous, stating that Mia Farrow had coached Dylan due to the custody dispute going on. The following month, on September 18, 1992, Allen and Farrow released their final film together, Husbands and Wives, features Allen and Farrow as a couple whose marriage falls apart as the husband, a professor, begins to fall for one of his students.
Woody Allen is suing Amazon, claiming that the platform has no right to terminate a deal for the production and distribution of his films. The streamer inked a deal in 2014 with the filmmaker for a series titled Crisis in 6 Scenes, which was followed by a series of more agreements for 4 movies. According to new court documents, the contracts guaranteed Allen's company, Gravia Productions, minimum guaranteed payments totaling between $68 and $73 million. But then, a column by Ronan Farrow was published by THR in May 2016, in which he spoke about his sister Dylan's claims that she had been sexually abused by their Oscar-winning father. The following year, an October expose, also written by Farrow, uncovered alleged decades of sexual misdeeds perpetrated by Hollywood mogul Harvey Weinstein.
Other news today, Woody Allen is calling the new HBO documentary on allegations that he sexually abused his adopted daughter Dylan a hatchet job riddled with falsehoods. The first episode of the 4-part documentary aired last night, and as Amber Cagliano says, Allen's rep wasted no time issuing a statement.
Woody Allen is denouncing the explosive new HBO docuseries and allegations that he molested his adopted daughter Dylan when she was 7. The first of 4 episodes of Allen v. Farrow aired last night, featuring interviews with actress Mia Farrow and never-before-seen home videos.
Tell Mommy what you said.
One video shows Dylan and Allen in the pool together.
What did she say? What did you say, Dylan?
Yeah, his legs are funny.
No, that's some daddy.
Some daddies are handsome in their bathing suits and some are funny.
Which category do you think she has me?
Another video made public for the first time shows a young Dylan wearing only a diaper with Woody Allen.
And I began thinking, well, I must be crazy. He can't be a pedophile, of course. What am I saying? Oh my God. He's my boyfriend, and I love him, and I know him, and I must believe him.
In the series, Dylan, now 35 years old, said she believes Allen was grooming her from early childhood.
I worshipped him. He was so funny, and he made me feel so special. Every time he showed up at the apartment, like a magnet, he would just come straight to me. Intense affection.
Mia Farrow says she confronted the legendary actor and director, but wishes she had done more.
That's the great regret of my life, that I wasn't perceptive enough. It's my fault. I brought this guy into our family. You know, there's nothing I can do to take that away.
After Part 1 aired, Allen and his wife Soon-Yi issued a rare statement calling the series a shoddy hit piece and a hatchet job, and accusing the documentarians of collaborating with the Farrows and their enablers.
In November of 1992, Vanity Fair published Mia's story, a long piece which offered Mia's perspective on the allegations of her and her family. She had previously been reluctant to involve herself in the press in the affair. In response, Woody Allen went on 60 Minutes later that month and defended himself. On June 7, 1993, Mia Farrow won custody of all 3 of her children she and Allen shared. Woody Allen denied visitation rights with Dylan, and President Justice Elliot Wilk of the state Supreme Court called Woody Allen a self-absorbed, untrustworthy, and sensitive father, and Farrow a caring and loving mother who had provided a home for both her biological as well as her adopted children. In his ruling, the Farrow family moved to Connecticut full-time in an attempt to heal and relinquish the spotlight following the custody trial. After that year, in September of 1993, Frank Macco, the Connecticut state attorney at the helm of the investigation into the assault allegations, announced he would not press charges against Woody Allen, although he said he had probable cause to prosecute Woody Allen and believed Dillon had been assaulted. He stated he wished to spare Dillon the trauma of taking the stand and going to trial as the lead witness at a high-profile trial. Woody Allen was never prosecuted or charged in connection with the alleged molestation. In January of 1994, Woody Allen filed an appeal to the custody case, and it was rejected by the New York State Appeals Court that May and was ordered to pay an estimated $1.2 million in Mia Farrow's legal fees. 3 years later, in December of 1997, then 62-year-old Woody Allen and his 27-year-old Soon-Yi Previn, who was no longer in contact with her family, were married in Venice, Italy. In October 2017, the hashtag #MeToo movement went viral on Twitter when Times and Rogan Farrow and The New Yorker published articles regarding allegations of sexual harassment and rape against film mogul Harvey Weinstein. In response, Woody Allen told the BBC he felt sad for Harvey and stressed the importance of avoiding a witch hunt atmosphere. He later clarified, when I said I felt sad for Harvey Weinstein, I thought it was clear the meaning was because he is sad, a sick man. On January 18, 2018, Dillon Farrow gave her first televised interview with Gayle King on CBS This Morning, in which she recounted her assault allegations. Woody Allen denied them again in a statement to CBS, calling Dillon a vulnerable child, coached to tell the story by her angry mother during a contentious breakup. Later that year, September of 2018, New York Magazine published a long interview with Soon-Yi Previn, then 47-year-old wife of Woody Allen. It was the first time that she'd spoken out publicly on her marriage or the fallout of her family, and in it she defended Woody Allen, with whom she had 2 children with, and disparaged her estranged mother Mia Farrow's parenting. The writer of the piece openly states that she is a longtime friend of Woody Allen herself. In February 2019, Amazon backed out of a $68 million 4-movie deal with Woody Allen due to the renewed publicity and controversy surrounding Dillon Farrow's abuse allegations. Woody Allen sued Amazon, and they settled in November of that year.
After lots of drama in the jury room, there is a verdict in the sexual assault retrial of disgraced movie mogul Harvey Weinstein, at least for some of the charges that involve 3 different accusers. Stephen Fabian is at the courthouse.
A partial verdict in the retrial of disgraced movie mogul Harvey Weinstein. Weinstein was found guilty of committing a criminal sexual act against former actress Miriam Haley.
To survivors of sexual assault, you matter, your story matters, your voice matters, and you're not alone.
He was found not guilty of sexually assaulting model Kaja Sokola. She and her attorney spoke outside court.
I truly hope from the bottom of my heart that standing here right now will give courage to others to speak up.
Harvey Weinstein was convicted of 1 count of criminal sexual assault in the 1st degree. That's a Class B felony. He can go away for decades for what he has been convicted of today, and that is a win for survivors everywhere.
The jury has yet to reach a verdict in the alleged rape of Jessica Mann, who testified that Weinstein raped her in 2013 when she was a struggling actress. Inside Edition producer Emma Cady was inside court when the verdict came down.
Tensions were so high in discussing this one juror who had so many apprehensions about the courtroom that Harvey himself even raised his hand to speak directly to the court, telling the judge, "You're endangering me."
The Harvey Weinstein scandal and subsequent #MeToo movement has raised further questions about the relationship between capitalism, power, and sexual harassment. Harvey Weinstein's position as a powerful producer in the Hollywood film industry allowed him to exploit these seeking careers in the film industry. British top model luxury fashion supermodel Naomi Campbell reportedly has dark, dirty secrets listed in the Jeffrey Epstein files and has hung out with P. Diddy and Harvey Weinstein, both of which are sexual predators. The scarcity of opportunities in a competitive field made many vulnerable to his demands. The scandal revealed a culture of silence and complicity where those aware of Harvey Weinstein's behavior often remain silent due to the fear of career repercussions or desire to maintain relationships with him. The film industry, like other capitalist systems, can prioritize profits over lives and career advancement over ethical considerations. This can create an environment where powerful individuals who have a lot of money can leverage their powers and position for personal gain, even at the expense of others. Over 50 women and counting have come forward with allegations of sexual assault and sexual harassment by movie mogul Harvey Weinstein. An investigation published by the New York Times at the beginning of October revealed that the co-founder of the production company, Marta Max, a well-known film producer, has a long history of using his position of power and his position of influence in the film industry to get away with sexual harassment and sexual assault. Harvey Weinstein has disgustingly used his position of power and economic power to threaten these women he assaults with damaging their career and reputations if they dare to speak out against his abuse.
More women are coming forward to share their stories about Weinstein. Actress Kate Beckinsale says she was a 17-year-old actress in London when he opened the door in his bathrobe. I was incredibly naive and young, and it did not cross my mind that this older, unattractive man would expect me to have any sexual interest in him. I left uneasy but unscathed. Actress Leah Seydoux, who starred as a Bond girl inspector, says she had to fight Weinstein off at the Cannes Film Festival. We were talking on the sofa when he suddenly jumped on me and tried to kiss me. I had to defend myself. He's big and fat, so I had to be forceful to resist him.
In my book, I was flew by Jeff Bezos to go to this campfire event.
Burning Man?
No, it's a private home campfire.
Oh.
Where he flew me with Harvey Weinstein.
You flew with Harvey
The
Weinstein?
private in the Gulf Stream, yeah.
How was he?
Charming guy.
Really?
He was with his wife, Georgina, and he had 2 kids and their nannies. And we flew from near New York in the private airport. We went to Jeff's event. And then in that private event, of course, he gave a speech how he came from the Flushing, Queens, how he's been fighting for the minority people. And then everybody was standing up there giving him standing ovation. And so one of the women who was claiming to be raped by him later
Was there.
Yeah, and then, of course, he was the man. The people called him the man. And then I asked them after the Me Too comes out, did you know that he was raping women? Like, yeah, of course, we all knew. Did you not?
Equally disturbing is the complicity towards Harvey Weinstein's predatory behavior demonstrated by numerous staffers, executives, directors, and actors who all knew something was wrong and did nothing and did not act, a symptom of how normalized sexual violence against women is in a capitalist society. Workplace harassment and sexual assault are widespread in all industries. Any claims that this issue is overblown come from yet an ignorance, yet the available statistics. In a 2014 Canadian poll by the Angus Reid Institute, 43% of women reported experiencing sexual harassment in the workplace, yet most remained silent for fear of not being believed, having their career opportunities sabotaged, and even being blamed for their own abuse. The same poll found a staggering 80% of women did not report sexual harassment to management. These numbers confirm the pressing problem and issue that exists in our society to this very day, which lacks a proper solution within the framework of the exploitative, oppressive capitalist system that gives a rise to it. On October 5th, the New York Times published an article by Jodi Kantor and Megan Twohey alleging that Harvey Weinstein has sexually harassed a number of women over the course of several decades, including actress Ashley Judd. The article reported that the film producer had reached financial settlements with several of the alleged victims, including Judd and fellow actress Rose McGowan. Italian-born actress Asia Argentino accused Harvey Weinstein of sexual assault, and several actresses alleged that the producer did what he could to damage their reputations and careers after they had rejected his advances. Subsequently, numerous other female performers, including Gwyneth Paltrow, Angelina Jolie, Heather Graham, and Romila Gavrila, charged Weinstein with aggressive or inappropriate behavior. As a result, Harvey Weinstein was fired by the board of the Weinstein Company, his own film studio. The actress Annabella Cerita, perhaps well known for her Emmy-nominated work on The Sopranos, said that Harvey Weinstein raped her at her Manhattan apartment after an industry dinner. She says the producer dropped her off, only to reappear shortly after at her door and force his way inside. Mimi Haley, a former production assistant at Harvey Weinstein's now bankrupt production company, says that after inviting her to his New York City home, the producer ignored her objections and sexually assaulted her. On March 11, 2020, Harvey Weinstein received a 23-year prison sentence in New York. The sentence handed down in a Manhattan courtroom included 20 years for a first-degree criminal sexual act and 3 years for third-degree rape, nearly the maximum allowed under New York state law. And the former movie mogul was charged with raping and sexually assaulting 4 women between 2004 and 2013. February 23, 2023, Harvey Weinstein sentenced in California. Harvey Weinstein was sentenced to 16 years behind bars in Los Angeles Superior Court Judge Lisa Lynch to be served consecutively after his 23-year sentence in New York.